Right, so we need to sketch this here. So the first thing to kind of think about now, this is our sine function like this, right? So normally our sine function starts here at 0. And like if it was sine x, just sine x, right? X being the degrees or radians. This here then would be 2 pi. Normally out here would be 2 pi, wouldn't it? 2 pi. And this is sine x, so this guy here, this would be pi. This would be halfway, this is 0. This is halfway between 0 and pi, so that would be pi over 2. And that would be, over here would be halfway between pi and 2 pi. And that's going to be 3 halves, like 1 half of pi, 2 halves of pi. So that's 3 halves of pi, 3 pi over 2. And our height then would normally go from 0 up to 1 at the max, and from 0 down to -1 down there, right? That's if it's just a straightforward sine x. But in this case, we're told that it's y equals 1 plus 2 sine 3x. Well, you see this 1 will just shift the whole thing up. Shifts the whole thing up by 1 unit. So instead of starting at a height of 0 on the y-axis, our sine function is going to start at a height of 1. Right, so 0 will be here. This will be -1. This is 1, so up here will be 2. And up here will be 3. So down there will be -2. And see this 2 here, this is the amplitude. So our sine function here is going to it's going to be built around this 1 line, if you like. Y equals 1. This dashed line here. Y equals 1. Across the way here, right? These dots should be right on the line. And the height of our sine function is going to be 2. The amplitude is 2, A for amplitude. So it's actually going to go from 1, it's going to max out up here at 3. And it's going to bottom out 2 units below 1, which will be -1 down here. Something like that. So, switch the colour. And it will be going up like this, down like this, and up like here, right? Now you see this 3, this affects the period, whereas with the normal straightforward sine function, sine x, the period is 2 pi. This 3 affects the period. The period, if we call it p, let p be the period, p equals 2 pi divided by 3. So in this case, our drawing will have a period, our sine function, 2 sine 3x. Sine 3x would have a period of 2 pi over 3. And halfway then would be half of this, so that would be pi over 3. And halfway out there, instead of pi over 2, we're going to have pi over 6 here. So rub that out, and I'll put in pi over 6. And this guy here, see if I can rub him out there, just like that. That's going to be pi over 6, that's 2 pi over 6, so this is 3 pi over 6. And here then would be 4 pi over 6, which is the same as 2 pi over 3. So that's it graph. Now we could just rub out that original black line which represents sine x. So you just have to fool through with this yourself. This is x here, or x-axis, right, radians, angle, whatever, it's angle anyway. So yeah, recap that again. instead of being the sine oscillating or swinging around the 0 axis, this being the 0 here on y equals 0, it's starting off from y equals 1, so shifted up by 1. So the red line again is our function y equals 1 plus 2 sine 3x. That's it. So yeah, I'd be inclined to remove that black line. So I could just go, just to be clear on that, this red line here is this function here, y equals 1 plus 2 sine 3x.